Hi everyone, welcome to Impact Academy. Today let us continue with the history paper, last 10 questions. So let us look to start with the 21st question. Which one of the following acts was the Governor General of Bengal designated as the Governor General of India? So this I am sure everybody is aware. If you look at the Governor Generals, so Warren Hastings is the first Governor General of Bengal through the Regulating Act of 1773. After that, most important one is again, you could say Lord William Bentinck. Okay, Lord William Bentinck is the first Governor General of India. Okay, due to the Charter Act of 1833, the Governor General of Bengal has been made as the Governor General of India, and all the other Governor Generals have been become his subordinates. So remember that Charter Act of 1833 is Lord William Bentinck, Governor General of India, and also you have to look at Lord Canning also. Lord Canning is also very important. After the 1857 revolt, okay, when the 1857 revolt was taking place, Lord Canning was the viceroy. He was the Governor General, and then he was made the viceroy through the what you say GOI Act of 1858. Okay, new post of viceroy has been created, and the abolition of East India Company and transfer of control to the Crown. This is also very important. Till then, the East Indian Company was there. Now the British Crown had taken over. So all these are very important. So Regulating Act of 1773 is regarding what you say Warren Hastings, Sir Lord Warren Hastings becoming the Governor General of Bengal, and Charter Act of 1833 made Lord William Bentinck the Governor General of India, and 1858 immediately after the revolt, Lord Canning became the Viceroy. Okay, and the Government of India Act 1935 itself is a very big topic. It contains a lot of information. We'll look into that. So during the India's colonial period, the downward filtration theory was related to education. Okay, so now let us look at that. Uh, Let us look at the rising consolidation of British. So, what is downward filtration of theory? So, according to the downward filtration theory, it was introduced by the English, okay, to spread English knowledge in India, and it was introduced by Macaulay, Lord Macaulay, and this is important. He introduced the theory in Macaulay Minutes of 1835. So all this is important. Basically, the main purpose was to solve the educational problems faced in the education system in India. Basically, to spread the English knowledge. So all these are very important. Lord Macaulay, and he gave the downward filtration theory. In 1813, the British started imparting education to India. Okay, try to remember that. 1817, the amount of the scheme was revised. Okay, all that is important. And he introduced the theory in 1835 in Macaulay Minutes. So during India's colonial period, the downward filtration theory was related to education. Okay, remember that, very important. Education. So who said that a single shelf of good European library was worth the whole native literature of India and Arabia? So this was said by Thomas Babington Macaulay. Now he was a historian, poet, British poet, etc. And at those days, the British felt like they were the supreme. They felt like they were masters of the whole world, right? They were conquering the whole world at one point. So he, because he himself is a literate, a literature. He was a poet, historian, etc. So he felt that the European library, as in the literature of the European countries, is far more superior than the what you say the Oriental countries. That was his opinion. Anyway, questions like this, it is very difficult to answer in the exam, no matter how much you prepare. So, my suggestion would be don't waste your time in trying to learn about these questions too much because such questions are being asked. So, your target should be to answer 20 out of 30. So, spend more time on the standard topics. So, again, this one is a tough question, definitely, because when you say organizations, you have to try to remember the important ones which are frequently asked, right? So, for example, this see Atmiya Sabha, okay, 1815, Brahma Samaj, 1828, and Tattvabodhini Sabha. You have Namdaris, Nirankaris, Brahma Samaj of India, and Darul Uloom, Prarthana Samaj, okay, Arya Samaj 1875, Swami Dayanand Saraswati, very important, Theosophical Society, and all these things. Mohammedan Educational Conference, Aligarh, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. So these are some of the important organizations. Beyond that, whatever is given, you cannot answer. But in this particular case, which of the following is not correctly matched is this particular thing. The Deva Samaj is by Mr. Agnihotri. Okay, all the other are correct. Try to remember. Seva Sadan is Behramji Malabari. Seva Samiti is Pandit Hridaynath Kundru. Bahujan Samaj is Mukundra Patil. Deva Samaj is Agnihotri, not Radhakant Dev. Try to remember that, but don't go into too much depth. Okay, this is important. Who among the following introduced the blue water policy? So I was confused between Francisco de Almeida and Alfonso de Albuquerque. So I kept this. Apparently, it is wrong. It is Francisco de Almeida. Anyway, it's a standard question. Everybody has to remember. So he is Francisco de Almeida. So Francisco de Almeida, he wanted to consolidate the Portuguese influence, and then 1507 he initially defeated in a naval of Battle of Diu, but later he won. Almeida aimed to make the Portuguese the masters of the Indian Ocean through his blue water policy. So, what is the blue water policy? Also called as the cartage system. It was a naval trade license or pass issued by the Portuguese Empire in the Indian Ocean during the 16th century. Its name derives from the Portuguese term cartas, meaning letters. That means basically they will have what is a licensing system. They will give a license so that you can trade in the Indian Ocean. So the Portuguese, if you remember Vasco da Gama, he came by the sea route, right? Because the land route was in the hands of the Arabs. So they tried to find a sea route, and he came in 1498. I'm sure everyone is aware of all that, right? Vasco da Gama. So Francisco de Almeida is important for blue water policy. Alfonso de Albuquerque is important for he acquired Goa from Sultan of Bijapur and he abolished sati. Okay, try to remember these things. He abolished sati and he acquired Goa from Sultan of Bijapur. And Nino da Kanha, he secured the island of Basen and from Bahadur Shah of Gujarat, and he moved the headquarters from Cochin to Goa. So remember these two. See, you cannot remember too much information about one particular topic. So try to remember the most important points. So Francisco de Almeida is blue water policy. Alfonso de Albuquerque is Goa from Sultan of Bijapur and the abolition of sati, very important. See, abolition of sati is 1829. Lord William Bentinck with the help of Raja Ram Mohan Singh. That is in later part of the time. This was only within his regions, okay, not throughout India. So, abolition of sati means immediately you should remember Lord William Bentinck, Raja Ram Mohan Rai, and 1829. Okay, this is within his territory, within Goa. So, who is the first most person to abolish sati? If I mean it is not mentioned throughout India or any specific thing, then Alfonso the Albuquerque is also an option. Right? Consider that also. Nino da Kanha, he shifted the headquarters from Cochin to Goa and he secured the island of Basen from Bahadur Shah of Gujarat. So the reason I am repeating is it's a standard topic. Okay, you should not make mistakes in that point. Again, the Lottery Committee of 1817 of the British rule was related to uh, the Lottery Committee was related to town plan. Try to remember that. So revenue settlement, actually we have seen permanent settlement, Mahalwari, Rohitwari and all that stuff. So town planning is the right answer. So in this particular case, most people are aware of Rabindranath Tagore, right? Most of the his achievements are also very important. So irrespective of the question, try to remember Rabindranath Tagore 1861 to 1941, first Indian and first non-European to achieve the Nobel Prize. Very important in literature in 1913. And for his work Geetanjali, that is also important. He modernized Bengali prose and poetry. All these are very important points because questions are being asked in statement format. So he gave the national anthem of India and Bangladesh, the Janagana Mana and the Amar Shonar Bangla. These two are very important points. Janagana Mana was translated by him from Bengali to English in February 1919 at Madanpalle in the district of Chittoor, Andhra Pradesh. Very important. Okay. Madrapalli in Chittor. He translated from Bengali to English. Janaganam. In 1915, he was awarded the knighthood. So he became Sir Rabindranath Tagore by British King George V. Due to the Jallianwala Bagh massacre in 1919, he renounced it. So he gave the title Mahatma to Mahatma Gandhi. So very important. He established the Vishwa Bharati University in 1921. He spoke at the World Parliament of Religions in 1929 and 1937. Even Swami Vivekananda participated in this. Okay. So all these are very, very important points about Rabindranath Tagore. And in this case, uh, Indian Society of Oriental Art, okay, that was given by Abanindranath Tagore, who is actually not a direct brother of Rabindranath Tagore, but a relative, somehow related, not direct brother, okay. Try to remember that. Abanindranath Tagore. So this question has been asked previously also in the practice session. If you have seen, we have come across this bit. So if you have followed some of those videos on Indian national movement, this question was there. I remember. So I was also able to immediately identify. So don't underestimate the videos where we've looked at some of the previous year questions, right? So they keep repeating. Even if you don't know the exact question, it will help you in eliminating the options. So don't underestimate the one-liners. Okay, they are also very important. Who among the following had resigned from the Viceroy's Executive Council protesting the Jallianwala Bagh massacre? So you have to understand Jallianwala Bagh massacre is what you say a protest against the Rowlatt Act of 1919. So, General Dyer was the person who gave the order to shoot, and many people have died. Rabindranath Tagore had returned his knighthood, we have seen, and Shankaran Nair had resigned from the Viceroy's Executive Council. He was a famous doctor. Okay, he was a famous doctor, and uh, he was what you say prominent. So I'm not sure. Okay, anyway, so Shankaran Nair is a what you say is not that I'm talking about Satyapal, I guess. Anyway, so Satyapal and Saifuddin Kichlu are also related to the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Okay, remember that. So this question will be tough only. Anyway, who resigned from the Viceroy's Executive Council? It is Shankaran Nair, and Saifuddin Kichlu and Satyapal have been arrested after the Jallianwala Bagh massacre due to the protests. So remember all these questions. So this is a relatively easy question because Aligarh movement, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, everybody should be able to identify, very standard. Ahmadiyya movement, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, also everybody should be able to identify. So Farezi movement also Haji Shariatullah. All these three are very prominent. So obviously what is left out is Payuni movement. So this is the not correctly matched one. So all other three are very standard. Everybody should remember. So try to remember now. Aligarh movement, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan. Farezi movement, Haji Shariatullah. Ahmadiyya movement, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. So, which of the following statements is correct regarding the Lex Loci Act of 1850? Again, this is a standard bit. Lex Loci Act is nothing but it provides a right to inherit ancestral property to those people who have converted to Christianity. So, even if you are a Hindu, you convert to Christianity, you still have the right over your property. So, this is one way to encourage the missionary activity, to encourage more people to convert to Christianity. It was in 1850. So, all these things over a period of time resulted in the revolt of the 1857. Okay. Prohibition of sati, as I said, Lord William Bentinck, 1829, Raja Ram Mohan Rai, very, very important. And prohibited child marriage, okay. All this is fine. Anyway, try to remember Lex Loci Act. So, that's all for today. Thank you.